mess as a result of drinking and using and partying in a way that I was going down the tubes fast, fast, fast. There was no ground to catch me, and I dropped down on my knees one day and I prayed, God, don't let me die like this. And so as a result, this weekend, or this past Tuesday, I also celebrated 23 years clean and sober. So I celebrated 23 years clean and sober, and I celebrated my daughter's 30th birthday with her this past weekend. So I had two major celebrations this past weekend that would not have been possible had I not first recognized that my life was a mess. It was a big, big mess, and all my, I knows did not change the position I found myself in. But I also want to say that my children mattered to me at that point more than I mattered to myself. And so my children were the driving force that caused me to get myself some help. And so, the reason I'm pointing that out is because at the time, I did not want my children to have to grow up with the kind of pain and agony and trauma of having a mother who was an alcoholic and a drug addict, so I went and got myself some help. But as a result, I attended a birthday celebration for my daughter where she had this little birthday speech, and my daughter spoke for like 15 minutes about how proud she was of me as her mother, how she was so grateful that her mother loved her enough to get some help, even when her mother didn't love herself. So let me make that plain. I was the mother, and I did not love myself enough to get some help, but I loved my children enough to get some help. And so the reason I'm saying that is because I know that throughout the inner cities all over this country, you can buy cocaine 24 hours a day, and you can't buy milk and bread 24 hours a day in most inner cities. You can't buy diapers. You can't buy peaches fresh. You can't even buy milk 24 hours a day in most places, 7 days a week. But you can buy drugs. You can buy guns. You can buy anything to destroy your life with. So I'm saying all that to say that if you have found yourself this moment in a place where you're not able to stop drinking, stop using, stop exhibiting or practicing some kind of self-destructive behaviors, if you're in that position and you want to do something about it, just don't give up. Do not give up. I don't care what it looks like right this minute. If everything around you looks like there's no hope and there's no way out, that is a lie. There is a way out. I'm a living witness that 23 years ago, this very week, in fact, well, this week I was already maybe had a few days clean by now, but say a week ago, 23 years ago, I was asleep dreaming I was dead, and when I was awake, I was wishing I was dead as a result of my drinking and my using. That was a direct result of the confusion I had about myself, who I was, what my potentials were, and what I was capable of. And so I want to go back a little bit further. When I was growing up, I grew up at a time where the history of this country was quite, was full of lies. I'll just say that. It was full of lies. Human beings across this whole planet were not called human beings. In some places, they were called animals. In some places, they were called